Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jules Onuk, and hi, welcome to Vlogs by Jules. So basically, yeah, wearing this shirt again because I'm filming all my videos at the same time. Sorry, so I'm filming all my videos at the same time this day. So I'm filming 4 videos with the same shirt. So please, I can't afford to look for another clothes now, so just manage this one. Yeah, thank you. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment. I really appreciate. So this video is kind of hard to make. Basically I've gotten over it. But I just thought I should make it because I've always wanted to make this video since 2017. If I have the clip, I'm going to post it. 2018, if I have the clip, I'll post it. No, not 2018, not 2017. 2018, if I have the clip, I'll post it. I lost my mom. Like, nothing happened to her. I was angry at God. When I lost my mom, I was angry at God. I was like, why would you take my mom from me? 2019, if I have the clip, I'll post it. 2020, if I have the clip, I'll post it. So guys, this is 2021 and I think I'm ready. I don't really like talking about it, but I just wanted to do it. Actually, I wanted to do it on her 10 years remembrance, just to remember, for her to remember that she's still in our hearts. But then I was not even ready because I was like, I don't like when people pity me. It's annoying. And like, oh yeah, sorry. I know it's awkward. It's awkward, guys. I feel so awkward saying this because that's why I'm like acting so like this. But yeah. So when I was 10 years old, I lost my mom. Sorry, when I was 14 years old, I lost my mom. I'm 25. So this will make it 11 years since I lost her. July 29th, 2010 was when she died. Actually, when people ask me how did she die, I don't know. I don't know how she died. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know how my mom died. So basically, I can remember we were in school when she came to pick us from school. I know her leg was swelling at some point and she reconciled with her cousin. Events that happened around that time, it felt like she knew she was going to die. She reconciled with her cousin that she was quarreling with, like, for a very, since we were children, since we were in primary school. I can remember when they were quarreling, she reconciled with her for like, it took like at least an hour for them to sit down and talk. And I remember me being in the car waiting for them, and her, she was in her own, my cousin was in their own car. The fact that she was quarreling with her cousin didn't mean that I and my cousin were quarreling. We were not quarreling, you understand? We were in the same school. So like when she came to pick me from school, she met my auntie, and that was when they did the whole reconciliation. She reconciled with her cousin, and then that same holiday, I think she knew she was going to die. She kept going to church like almost every day, and she used to take us along with her. Like every day we used to go to church. It was not our church, it was like, I don't know, most African parents have like this church they go to outside their own church, which is more powerful than their own church. The pastor sees visions, the pastor does miracles, the pastor can see what's happening in 10 years, what's kind of thing. And she used to fast a lot, and us, yeah, like me and my brothers, we didn't like it because we will not eat till like maybe 1 or 2 after the whole fasting is over and everything. And my brothers, we did not like it, but at the same time she kind of forced us to go. We used to go to Umar Okpai too. We went to like 2 churches. One was an apostolic church, the other one was Umar Okpai's church. It could be like from Umar Okpai we'll now go to the next church. Like that's how it used to be. Like I will not lie, I hated it so much. But all these things, like when I just think about it, it just made me feel like she knew she was going to die. Does that make sense? So basically, other church we used to go to, the apostolic church we used to go to, she was closer to the pastor than Umakwa's church anyways. So she was closer to the pastor and everything. She had his number and everything. So the day my mom died, okay, the week my mom died on a, let me ask Alexa. Alexa, what day was 29th July 2010?
July 29th, 2010 was on a Thursday.
My mom died on a Thursday. Guys, I'm beginning to get emotional because now I'm remembering everything that happened, and I don't want to remember everything that happened. Like, obviously I want to remember things that happened, but I don't want it to affect me. That's why I don't like talking about it. Yeah. So my mom died on a Thursday, and the week prior to that, she made a friend in our area. So a friend of mine used to stay in two houses before us. Our house then was 56 and they stay in 54, but they moved out because they had built their own house. And then somebody else went to go and stay there, and then my mom being this friendly person, she spoke to her that, oh, I used to come here, my family we were friends with the people that were staying here before and everything. My mom used to sell rabbits at that time, so she told her, oh, that she has a rabbit farm. My mom was schooling in Michael Power University. She was doing her master's in animal genetics, something like that. So she was like, I have a rabbit farm, animal breeding and genetics, something like that. Yeah. So she's like, oh, I have a rabbit farm, all this kind of thing. So the woman after work, she's come to our house and everything. And then that Sunday in church, normally in our church is the elders, because my dad's church is a Protestant church. So Presbyterian church. So we have these elders in church, elders, choirs, main choir, youth choir, you understand. We wear the whole robe, we sing hymns, everything, and we have first Bible reading, second Bible reading, and normally it's the elders that do the first and second Bible reading. It's rare before they tell someone from the congregation to do first and Bible reading. It only matters if like maybe it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or Children's Day, you understand, or maybe they just want to, but it's very rare. But that Sunday they told my mom to do the Bible reading, and my mom did the Bible reading. She did the Bible reading, and then after that we came back home. You understand, like everything was going normal. So in case you don't know me, my best food is afang soup, and that day she cooked my best soup. The day she died, she cooked my best soup. I was so happy, blah 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 blah. Before we go into all these things, I wasn't really close to my mom. I've always been a daddy's girl from the get-go. Like, I have always been a daddy's girl. I was not really someone that was very close to my mom. My mom was closer to my brothers, especially the last born. But I've always been close to my dad. So a part of me actually feared my mom. I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't like when she was at home. I didn't feel comfortable. It's a story for another day. I didn't feel comfortable when she was home. The moment of joy was not, as you know how girls get so close to their mom. I feel like if she was still alive, I would have been close to her now, but then I wasn't close to my mom one bit. And secondly, that Sunday that she read Bible lesson, we went home. Then from home we went to Le Meridian Hotel, and then I think we wanted to eat or something. I don't know what happened, but my mom changed her mind, and then we went to go and buy ice cream somewhere close. Normally this used to happen when we were children. After church we would go to fast food restaurants and eat, but it had not happened in a long time. But then it happened. Like, my mom was so bent on us eating outside, and I was happy, like, but I was not close to my mom. She took us out on Sunday, and we were telling her, she made all of us tell her everything we would do for her when we grow up. We're just telling her. Like, I was not close to my mom at all, and I told her that I'm going to make her proud, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to make her, I was just telling her all those things. I remember when I started my first period, yeah, I started when I was in school. My mom didn't even tell me anything about period. Like, that's in another story for another day. So when I started my period and I went home, I was like, oh mom, I started my period. I remember that time we not yet get home, we were sitting in the car. I remember I started my period and she was like, congratulations. That's all she said. She was like, congratulations. Like, you know how normal I said normal, you know how other parents will be like, oh, you started your first period, this, that. You know, so my mom, all she said was congratulations. And like, I expected her to say more, but she said congratulations. I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't close to her. That's it. I wasn't close to my mom. I was closer to my dad. Do you understand? So that's how basically things were just going on the day she died, 29th July 2010. It wasn't it was like every normal day. I prepared my best food and everything, and I was like so happy. This da. I love afang so much. I love afang. That's the only soup I eat. I love afang and afiafere, and yeah, those are the two main soups I eat, afang and afiafere. So I was so happy that she was preparing this food. Anyway, so she went to go and have a bath after cooking and everything, and then my dad was in the parlor. My dad was talking to our pastor in the parlor, and then when he was talking to my pastor in the parlor, our pastor from our real church, not like my mom's church, yeah. So my dad said I should give him water to drink, so I took water for my dad to drink, and then I'm holding the glass and the water bottle in my hand, and then my brother, the last one, comes to the parlor and he's like, Daddy, mommy is calling you. Daddy, mommy is calling you. My dad was like, tell her I'm coming. He was like, no, Daddy, mommy is on the floor. And my dad was like, what's she doing on the floor? My dad now told the pastor. My dad was like, etubom, wait, like etubom means like, it's what they call pastors in my area. Like, it's like, it's what they call pastors in my area, anyways. In my where I'm from, but like etubom wait, like etubom wait. So we go to the room. I follow my dad to the room, and then I see my mom on the floor. Guys, I'm trying not to cry. Every time I do this video, I always cry. I'm trying not to cry because I have 2 more videos to film, and I cannot waste this makeup. Can't you see how flawless this makeup is? This makeup is so flawless because I don't want to waste it anyways. So I see my mom. My mom is on the floor and she's just like this. Like, she looks paralyzed. And my dad is like, my dear, what's going on? My dear, what's going on? And my mom is not saying anything, and my dad shouts. My dad was like, Joel, go and get coke. Joel, go and get coke. And trust me, I didn't think it was serious. So I go to the kitchen, I go to get coke, and then we had the houseboy, and then he was like, what's going on? And then I'm like, I don't know. My mom is on the floor, so I should bring coke. So I didn't even run to go and take the coke back. I just walked alone because like a part of me thought that she was not going to die. Basically, like a part of me thought she was not going to die. So I just walked my walk. I just went to the room, and then this time I had seen her. My dad is shouting Nene, because that was her name was Joyce, but like what they called her at home was Nene. My dad was like, Nene Insido, Nene Insido, like Nene, what is it? So my dad, she's like on the floor, and then her head is like on the bed like this, and then her eyes are like this, and my dad was like, what is it? And then like I'm so scared at this point, and then I put my hand like in between her mouth, and it's clenched together, like it's like it was going to cut her, however, her inner jaw. I removed my hand quickly, and then my dad is shouting. My dad was like, help me, oh, like in our language, help me. My dad goes out, he calls the neighbors, help me, my wife, help me, in our language. I'm not really fluent in my language, but I understand. Well, help me, my wife is guys, I'm trying not to cry. God. So my dad is like, help me, my wife, help me. And then the neighbors come, carry my mom. I can remember what she was wearing. I can remember her nightgown. She was wearing a white nightgown, and then I can remember that her boobs fell out from her nightgown, and I tried covering her up, but then that was not even necessary. Like, what was necessary was to save my mom. Some people say they took my mom to church. Some people say they took my mom to hospital. But I would think my dad would take her to the hospital and maybe call the pastor to come and pray for her. I didn't ask that question. I didn't know how to ask. It's even last month I asked him. No, it was not last month. It's on her Remembrance Day that I spoke to my dad and asked my dad where they buried her, because I always thought they buried her in our village church, but they actually buried her in our village house. Anyways, so like I didn't tried my best not to ask my dad about stuff like that. So my dad was like, because I don't want to cry. So that night they took her to the hospital or church. I don't know where they took her to. So I and my brothers were just there. We were just there, like we're like, what's going on? I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to remain calm and to console my brothers. I was telling my brother, like, no, there's no way she would die. And literally, I was like, there's no way she can die. I'm like praying to God. I'm like, God, there's no way my mother can die, because I'm just 14 years old. I'm just 14 and I can't even do anything. I can't even take care of myself. I'm scattered as hell. I'm like, I can't even put this whole family together. I'm just 14. There is no way. I'm telling you guys the truth, yeah. There is no way I thought my mom was going to die. There literally is no way. So I was like, there's no way she's going to die. That night I consoled my brother, like, see, nothing is going to happen. Maybe she just, do you understand? Like, maybe she just fainted. I gave one stupid excuse. I was like, you know what? Let me call that pastor. She's always going to meet that sees miracles. And I took my mom's phone because her phone was at home. I took the phone and then I called the pastor and I explained everything to the pastor. I'm like, this is what happened. And it was like, he started speaking in tongues on the phone. He was like, let me call you back. And then I called back, and he didn't pick the call. And then I'm like, you know what? My brother was like, my immediate younger brother was like, I don't know how to sleep. I cannot sleep. I'm scared. I'm like, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. I mean, I really wanted to sleep, so I went and I slept. And I can remember my elder cousin coming to the house to take blankets to the hospital. Or I don't know. So when they came to take blankets, honestly, I thought my mom was okay. That's what I thought. I thought she was okay, and then maybe my dad needed the blankets to just stay by her side. That's what I thought. I thought my mom was okay. So the next day, people start coming to the house. My mom's best friend at that time came to the house. People are coming to the house. My uncle is coming to the house. Everybody is coming to the house. And I'm like, what's happening in the house? Why is everybody coming to the house? And then at the backyard, I'm in my grand auntie's room, because the spare room that had 2 beds, my grand auntie was laying in one and I was laying on the other one. And then I'm there, and then I'm hearing someone cry, saying, Nene, oh. And I'm like, I'm living in doubt. I'm like, there's no way my mother is dead. My brother came to me, was like, I think mommy has died. I'm like, mommy has not died. Did daddy tell you that mommy has died? And then before I knew it, my dad comes home. And my dad comes home, and then I can remember opening the gate for my dad, and his eyes are red. And I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, Daddy, where's mommy? And he was like, she's in the hospital. And I was like, okay, when is she coming back? And he was like, I don't know, but she's still in the hospital. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Whew, guys, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. You lie. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Lie. This makeup cannot waste. Oh shit. This makeup cannot waste though. Nah, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. So let's continue. I'm not going to cry. So my dad was like, she's in the hospital. I'm like, oh okay. I told my brother, like, daddy said mom's in the hospital, so nothing is happening. So basically, my dad calls all of us to the parlor, his brothers, all of us, and he was like, I can remember everything my dad said, not everything, but like most of the things he said. My dad was like, you guys saw everything that happened last night, how you saw what the state mommy was in, and we took mommy to the hospital. But I just want to tell you guys that fortunately, my dad said fortunately, and I was happy that at least, okay, fortunately, good news, yeah. Fortunately, mommy has gone to heaven to be with the Lord. And the woman that just moved into our area, she was there. I was sitting beside her, and I just start crying. All of us start crying. The woman carries me on her laps and cuddles me big baby. I was crying. Then my dad was like, we'll go and stay in his brother's house with my cousin, that he didn't want us to cry, that we should not cry, you understand? So I'm here, I'm crying, this I go to my cousin's house, I go to stay. You guys, I was angry because I was angry at God. When I lost my mom, I was angry at God. I was like, why would you take my mom from me? Like, someone I just told everything I wanted to take, I was going to do for her when she grows up, when I grow up and have like and become somebody. Like, weren't you hearing us? Didn't you watch us? I was like, why did you take her? Why did you take her away from us? Yeah, and I was not close to my mom, but obviously, like, I just would have had such a very beautiful bond if she was still alive. I just had that feeling that I would have had such a beautiful bond if my mom was still alive. But yeah, that's what happened. She died, and then after we spent like maybe days in my uncle's house. Then that time we used to have so many pastors that would come to our house to pray every day. I even got tired at some point. They'll come pray. This pastor has seen this prophecy, this one has seen that one, this vision, has seen this vision, has seen that vision, has seen this vision. We'll go to this thing, they'll break olive oil, pour olive oil on us, do this, do that. I actually got tired at some point. And then the day of the burial came. We went to the church service. I did little makeup here, and my dad, during the service, my dad was like, we'll not go to the funeral ground. He didn't want us to go there. So I actually don't know where exactly they buried my mom, but my dad said it was a village house. Actually, I think it was in the village church, but my dad said it was a village house. That day was peaceful. That day was okay. Even our reverend at that time, he was 80 something, like not 80, he was 70 something, yeah. And he almost cried. My mom, people loved my mom. Actually, people actually loved my mom. I'm not even going to lie about that. People loved my mom. My mom was a God-fearing woman, and she was a strict parent. She was stricter than my dad and everything. But I was not that close to her. We didn't have this mother-daughter relationship because of something that happened when I was a child. She saw me as a bad egg, so obviously there's no way I was going to be close to her. But above all, I really, really did love my mom. I just had this feeling that, like, we would have been very close. I just kind of wanted her to tell me sorry, to apologize to me, but that never happened. Anyways, yeah, my dad still misses her almost every day. I'm not even going to lie. 2 years after my dad remarried my stepmom, and I have like a little sister which I love so much to death. Funny enough, yeah, after that whole this thing when my mom died, in school I cried once or twice, but then I just forgot about it. But then when it really hit me that my mom died was 2020. It really hit me. I dreamt about her like so many times I dreamt about my mom, so many times I can't even count. Even before then, like, I've dreamt about my mom before, but last year I dreamt about her like so many times in this my room. I would dream about my mom. So many times I dreamt about my mom. On my birthday, my brother sent a picture of me with her. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I actually forgot how my mom looked. I was telling my brother, I was like, I don't think this is my mom, maybe it's her sister, because I can't remember how my mom looked. I can't remember, but I know it's her, but I can't even remember. Like, it wasn't easy. There was even a time like we saw her business card in my dad's room, because she had this marble company where she sold marbles and granite, and she used to sell. My mom was a hot slasher. In that same shop, she had ice cream. She used to sell. She had ice cream boys. She had ice cream boys. That same shop she used to sell plastics. That same shop, my mom used to sell a lot of things. Then we didn't really have money. We didn't have money at all. So my dad really used to hustle. My mom too used to hustle. We were not rich, and do you understand? We were not rich. We were close to poverty. But like my parents, one thing my parents did has ever done is to hustle. Especially my father. My father made sure we went to the best schools, even if it cost him his. Even if it cost all my life, I've been to private schools. Only when I came to this country, I went to a public school. But like all my life in Nigeria, I've been to private school, and you all know how private school fees are in Nigeria. From my primary school, like they used to send me home because I don't pay primary school fees of 10,000 naira, and we didn't have money. But my dad, like my parents, like they really hustled to make sure that, oh yeah, we had the best life. So that's the kind of thing that really pained my dad, because my dad sometimes used to be like, I've reached this point in my life where I'm meant to enjoy, and my wife, I actually thought my wife was going to be beside me, but she's not there. So as I was saying, we saw this card in his wardrobe, and then when we saw this card, my mom's business card, when we saw the business card, I now showed it to my dad. I'm like, this company would have been big by now. And my dad was like, yeah. And then my dad would just start crying. My dad feels uncomfortable. I can still remember his face, and my dad broke down. He was going to work. He had a court case because my dad is a barrister. My dad is a lawyer. So he was going to court that day, and he broke down, but he didn't want to see me cry. So he left, and then he went to his car. Then I felt bad for even making my dad cry or bringing that up. And then when he wanted to go, he told my brother to call me, and then I went. He was like, Joel, don't cry. God knows why he did what he did, this, that, and everything. So yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. My heart still feels heavy. I wish I was close to my mom, but our relationship spoiled since I was 5. So I loved her. I know she loved me, but like circumstances, things happened, and basically, like when I see how people are very close to their mom, I'm like, oh, this is so cute. Like my friend take away, like her mom joins her in her videos. When I saw these TikTok videos with people with their mom, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute. I never got to experience that and everything. But my dad misses her. There's no way he will not miss her. Even though he's married, my dad remarried, but a part of him I know still misses her. July 29th was her 10th year since she left this earth, and honestly I wanted to do a video like telling her that she's still loved. I still think about her almost every day, and that I'm going to try my best to make her very, very proud of me. But when I wanted to do the video, before I could even start recording the video, I cried, and I was like, you know what, I don't want people to pity me. So this I made sure my makeup was banging. So my makeup was banging. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to cry. It has really taken a lot for me to just keep this in between myself and not release, because like the tears are here, and I don't want to start crying to mess my makeup up, because I have 2 more videos to film. So yeah, that being said, this is it. Mommy, in case you're watching, I don't know where you are, but I just hope you're proud of me. Hopefully you're not seeing the bad things I've been doing. Just know that I'm trying my best to be the best version of myself. I'm trying my best to pursue my dreams and make myself happy. I'm trying my best to make you proud, even though we never had the best mother-daughter relationship. I'm trying my best to make you proud, and wherever you are, I just hope that you're proud of me and proud to see the strength I possess. I think one thing I have about me is that I have apart from fact, I have her legs. My mom had big feet, man. She gave it to me. I have her strength. My mom was a very strong woman, and I'm actually a very strong person. My mom was a very strong woman. She was born into riches, but she brought herself down to marry my dad. When my mom died, with everything going on, it was just so hard for me, kind of. I had to cut her sisters off, but last year I apologized, and we talk from time to time on Facebook. It was not easy. My brothers were talking to them, but I just couldn't, man. I just couldn't. I had to like cut them off. My mom's sisters, I cut them off, and they were not happy with me, obviously, because they were like, you're the only niece we have. And I actually thought that, do you understand, like you would understand, but like, yeah, I cut them off. But yeah, that's it. I don't want to cry. I feel like crying, but I don't want to cry. Like, I really made sure I was not going to cry, so I'm not going to cry. If you have your parents, cherish them now. Cherish them. Cherish your parents. Cause like it's really going to hurt when you can't even see them any longer. It's going to hurt. Like, trust me, it's going to hurt so much. Like, you would be like, huh? But yeah, we're here. So thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate this. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.